evening. Today is March the 19th. I would like to open up the meeting for the opening prayer and the Pledge of Allegiance. Please, would you please stand up?
Lord, we're meeting here tonight to conduct matters of business. Guide our hearts and our minds in the spirit of fairness, right thought, and speech. Impart your supreme wisdom upon our activities so that our affairs may reach a successful conclusion. Thank you for being the source of our guidance tonight. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Lorraine,
Present.
Shoemaker, here. Mathis,
Here.
Krug is here. Kessler, here. Gopel,
Here.
Tucker. She has the full board.
To the members of the audience, this program is televised. There's 3 cameras in each corner up here. You're welcome to go and speak at the podium. You can give your name, but you do not have to give your address. And we limit it to like a 5-minute discussion. And so you're welcome when I call you in regards to the subject, you're welcome to go up there. Approval of tonight's agenda. Is there any request to amend tonight's agenda? Okay, a motion is in order to approve the agenda as presented.
So moved.
Do I have any further, second?
Support.
Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion is carried. All right, expenditures. No, included are the, in the packet are the minutes from the March 5th regular meeting. Are there any corrections or revisions for these meeting minutes? The meeting minutes stand approved as presented. Expenditures, are there any questions regarding the expenditures that are in front of you? And you have quite a large packet.
I don't have any questions, but I'll repeat what I said several times. Don't believe what the little blurb says. There are many of them that are very misleading there.
Yeah, okay.
We didn't spend $7,000 on a hard drive. That was the first one that got me started.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying by, you know, how they put that little snippet?
Yep, yep.
If you
yep.
get into the detail, you can see what's
You
going
can
on.
find out. I
There's
don't
the-
understand why they can't just,
It just picks up the last thing.
I know.
I don't know why or how, but it ends up being very misleading lots of times.
all right. Is there any questions, gentlemen, regards to these expenditures? If not, a motion is in order to approve the expenditures totaling $1,237,220.20 for payment. Do I have a motion?
So moved. Support.
Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
I vote yes. Mathis.
Yes.
Kessler.
Yes.
Shoemaker.
Yes.
Gopel.
Yes.
Tucker.
Yes.
Lorraine.
Yes.
Motion passes.
All right, now we have the public hearings. This is Lake Panema Improvement Special Assessment District Number 2, hearing on a special assessment roll. This improvement is for your District Number 2. The proposed roll assesses a total of $1,099.85 per share, spread over 5 assessments. The board will accept public comment on the following: an individual assessment in relation to the benefits received, the total cost of the project, and the validity of the proceedings to date. Now I'm going to open it up for public comment. This is the time that you would come up and speak in regards to the Lake Panema. Is there any public comment that would love to come up here? Yes, I want to let you come and just give your name and your concerns.
I wanted to find out about this special assessment. I live on Torrey Beach Drive. I've been there for 33 years and never had an assessment for Lake Panema. why all at once are we getting an assessment now? We never use the lake, and we don't have no place to put a boat in down there, or nothing. We have to go to a public landing site and pay to get in to put a boat in the water.
Tom, can you answer that? You're on Torrey Beach, right?
Right.
Can you explain that one then?
I'm gonna bring up the list right now and see what.
Oh,
we got
okay,
here.
Tom's looking in regards to that. The reason on the payment on that public launch though, state owned.
Right.
They have the public launch here, like Fenton, people have to pay in regards to
But
that.
like I said, we don't have a place. I don't have a boat anyway, but we never used the Penema Lake. But if we wanted to, we'd have to put the boat in, my brother-in-law, over there to the public landing. Me living there, does that give us any value toward our home or our property to have lake access?
I'd say it would. Yes.
Pardon?
Yes, I would say definitely,
It does. Huh?
yeah.
What was your name?
And
sir?
another question for you,
Can I
Tom.
get your name so I can look you up in here?
I'm the owner, yes.
No, can I get your name, please?
Beers, Robert Beers.
How do you spell that?
Just like beer. That's it.
I don't see you on the list. Did you get a notice?
Yeah. But I don't know why we got it. We never had lake access
Okay,
here.
I got it, I got it.
You got him?
Yep.
Was it just a misprint that we got the letter to, or what?
No, well, it's, I'm trying to look at the property.
Looks like you have 2 lots, is that correct?
Yes.
Pardon?
You have 2 lots?
Yes. One's nothing on it, just the woods.
Because you're being assessed for.
And they're right next to each other, you know, right next to my house.
Well, the supervisor's plat of McGinnis Beach, those lots have deeded access through a common lot to the lake. So you're proposed to be assessed a quarter share of an assessment.
They're just starting that for now because we never had it before.
There were a number of properties, after reviewing it with the association, that had not been assessed in the past, but do have legal access to the lake, so they were included in this assessment district.
So we'll have to start paying now then?
If this roll is confirmed as is, then yes.
About $56 a year?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like I said, that's $112 for 2 lots. Does that come with your tax bill or is that gonna be separate?
It would be on your winter tax bill. Oh, actually, the way this one is set up because of the timing, the first assessment will be on the summer bill this year. Then after that, it would be on the winter bill each year.
Another question, was it any cheaper to have all that combined to one ownership for both lots and have them, instead of having them separate?
If it was one tax parcel, you would have gotten just one.
I mean, would my taxes be higher if I added that to just one property?
If the two are combined, you'd get just one quarter assessment.
Yeah, right.
But that, because this roll is already done, that won't change this time, but if you were to combine the properties, after this one is up in 5 years, if it's done again, then you'd only get the one quarter share.
But then, like you said, Bonnie, it would be a
Yeah,
hell if I
if it
wanted to
was-
sell
if
the
it-
lot then, wouldn't it?
If it was me and I had 2 pieces of property butting each other,
Right,
and I would be getting older like we all do,
definitely.
I don't think I would combine it.
Right,
Because
okay.
that one lot might be a good income for you to
Right.
sell, and you still be able to stay. in
Like I
home.
said, $54 or $60, $56, you know, it ain't gonna
Yeah.
break me,
And-
but I just wondered why we were never on it if we had to for the last 33 years.
Well, you've been good, that's been good for you then, don't say anything.
Okay. Okay, that's all I
I
wanted to
didn't
find
mean-
out.
Let me just clarify something that the supervisor
Pardon?
just said. I don't know if those lots are buildable, separate.
The one that he has, I believe,
Well, I mean, I don't know, but I don't wanna have
Yeah,
that float
you're right.
around that maybe it is and maybe it isn't. If you sell, maybe you can sell off one, maybe you can't as a buildable lot, so I don't
That's
know,
true.
but, yeah.
Well, I'll just leave it the way it is for right now, I think
yeah,
would be the best
but you
thing.
can, just like Mr. Belzer said, go into assessing and ask her,
All
and
right.
she'll tell you exactly.
Okay,
Are
thank you.
you on the north side or the south side?
I'm on the south side of the street.
Okay, okay.
But I'm like my neighbor on my
North side, like south side of the road.
right
South side, yeah.
North side.
driveway side is the only house. There's only 5 of his houses down there that's on that assessment.
Yes,
Like I told you, that one guy has all 3 lots combined to one property.
yes.
Although it shows on the map that he owns 4 lots there, but it's all combined under one lot for the $56 then, you know. But I'll leave it as it is, and thank you very much.
Thank you. Is there anyone else that would like to speak?
Judy Dawson. I live on Panema Drive. I have a question in regards to the homes across the street from me that have access to an easement that's on my property. Some of these homes are on more than one lot. So does that mean they're going to pay more than the half of share?
It's based on the tax parcel. So if they've combined several platted lots, 2 or more platted lots into one tax parcel, they're paying one, whatever, whether it's a half or a quarter, depending on what the situation is. But it's, each tax parcel is considered, either a full, half, or quarter share assessment. Now, it doesn't matter if the legal description includes more than one platted lot.
Okay. And do you know if any of these homeowners have come forward to try to not pay this assessment?
I've received no written objections to the
But you
assessment.
would have if they were to oppose it?
They'd either have to be at this hearing tonight to oppose it, or have submitted something in writing prior to tonight.
Okay. And you said that you have a list. If I gave you an address, can you check your list for that address?
Yes?
Let's start with 3157 Panema.
Do you have a name? That'd be easier for me.
That name I know is Rylet, but I don't know anyone else that has access to this. These houses have changed hands so many times that I really couldn't tell you who lives there anymore.
2 lots for Rylet, the Eugene and Eugene Trusts.
Yep, I got, two parcels there, each getting half a share.
Oh, so he's got 2 parcels listed as a half a share each?
Yes. I have 2 different addresses, 3149 and 3157 Panema.
Interesting. Okay. How about 3203? Can you find that one?
Yep, that's a quarter share.
Okay, and then you show 3169,
That's a quarter share,
3177,
So
quarter share,
3187,
quarter share,
and 3197.
quarter share.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Is there anyone else that would like to speak? This is your time to do that, if you have any questions at all. No? All right,
Bonnie, I have a question
yes.
for Tom. Tom, the gentleman that was just up there, he said that he has to pay, but he's being assessed as if he has access.
He does have legal access to the lake. Deeded access.
Through deeded access.
Yes,
So why would he have to pay? Through,
because he benefits from the improvement to the lake.
no, why does he have to pay to get on the lake? He says he has to pay to get on the lake.
Well,
Through
no.
Through the launch.
Through the launch.
Oh,
No, but there's.
but I'm saying he shouldn't have to pay.
No, there's another lot within that plat that is used as a common lake access. I can't say them off the top of my head, our assessor knows them all. But he has access through a lot in his neighborhood to get on the lake.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say before
Yes.
he left.
It's not
because-
necessarily boating
Oh, he's
access,
gone.
because quarter shares typically don't have boating access, they have just passive recreation. They can go there and picnic, or they can go and swim, or go throw a fishing line in the water. If they have boating access and docking privileges, those are the ones getting the half share.
Okay.
And most of the homeowners actually do load their boats through the public access.
Public access.
And they charge you for that. And I tell them, but I own property. And they say,
They still, state-owned lake.
Okay.
Is there any other board discussion in regards to Lake Panema? All right, resolution number 2000,
You want to close the public,
close this public hearing.
close the public hearing relative to the assessment, yes.
Oh, all right, I did not have that, okay. I need a motion then to close the public hearing, but this
Well,
is
you
the
can just do
first
it.
reading, isn't it?
This is second reading.
Second reading?
And
well,
this is
there's
your
only one
public,
reading.
yeah, it's your public hearing, and so now the public hearing's concluded, so you should make sure that's part of your minutes, that you close the public hearing.
All right, I will make I need a motion to close.
Just say it's closed. Just say it's closed.
All right, just say closed.
Yeah, the public hearing is closed.
Public hearing is closed. Okay, here we go. Resolution number 2018-07. Clerk Krug, will you please present the resolution?
Yes, thank you. Whereas the Township Board, the Charter Township of Fenton, Genesee County, Michigan, after due and legal notice, has conducted a public hearing upon a proposed special assessment roll prepared by the supervisor and assessing officer of the township for the purpose of defraying the cost of the lake improvement project within Lake Panema Special Assessment District, pardon me, number 2, as shown on the plans and specifications for such project. This will be designated as roll number, Special Assessment Roll 2018-2. It confirms the role as a special assessment role for Lake Panema Improvement Special Assessment District, divides the role into 5 installments, the first being due July 1st, 2018, and the other due and payable December 1st for the years 218 through 221. It also assigns a 1% per month penalty for late payments, directs the treasurer to collect the assessments, and repeals any conflicting resolutions. I will move the resolution.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? Roll call.
Mathis,
Yes.
Kessler,
Yes.
I vote yes. Gopel,
Yes.
Tucker,
Yes.
Lorraine,
Yes.
Shoemaker.
Yes.
Resolution passes.
Okay. Reports. Are there any committee reports to be made to the board? This one right here I gotta
We
do.
need to do this. Oh, did we skip reports earlier?
This one, board
You
discussion?
still got it.
No, this, we need to
We do
do,
the
there's an agreement,
professional
now that the
service.
roll's done, we've got the agreement with Progressive AE.
Okay,
We have to do this here.
okay. I'm sorry that I was not involved in this and I'm just not up to date on it. Lake Panema Professional Service Agreement. This is a Progressive AE. This is part of the cost of Lake Panema Special Assessment is the management of the project by Progressive AE. Now that the special assessment role has been confirmed, a professional service agreement with Progressive is presented for board approval. Do I have any board discussion?
We're just doing what they want to do.
Pardon me?
We're just doing what the residents want to do here.
That's right. I need a motion to approve Lake Panema Professional Service Agreement for Progressive AE as presented.
So moved.
Support.
Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Mathis,
Yes.
Kessler,
Yes.
I vote yes. Gopel.
Yes.
Lorraine.
Yes.
Shoemaker.
Yes.
Tucker.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, now I'm gonna come up with reports. Are there any committee reports to be made to the board?
I'd like to make one just brief report if I could. It won't be over for another week or so, but with the new trucks coming in, the old utility vehicle, which is a 1996 Chevrolet for a crew cab pickup, and the old 1981 American LaFrance pumper that's been sitting behind the fire station for the last couple of years have been listed on Municipid, which is an auction site for governmental agencies. And they both have bids, and we're looking to get probably maybe close to 10,000 for the two when the auction ends next week. The board will have to approve those sales, and that'll be on the agenda at the next meeting.
Good.
Great.
That old truck that's been, do you know what that bid was at all, Tom?
We started at 2,000 and we have one bid, so that's where it's at.
We actually have tried to give that truck away, and no one will take it. We've gone to the schools, the colleges, the parades, and everything, but don't tell the man that put the bid in. I am so glad. Okay.
At least 2001.
Yeah. It's and my husband said it works, it runs. He said there's nothing wrong with that truck. I mean, I thought of hanging it and giving it to the fireplace, the bar that's in restaurant in Fenton. They could use it for, some type of sign, whatever, I don't know, but I couldn't believe it that nobody would take it, and it does run. All right, any other reports? The one that I have is last week, the Township had Tax Board of Review. And it took a whole week, and the Board of Review sat down here and listened to anybody's problems or why they think they were being taxed too much, or that they didn't have the third bathroom in their home, or whatever. I don't think a lot of people realize that's kind of important. You can come in here and you can really find some mistakes. We also had, this year, a lot of military exemptions. And I don't know if the military realizes that, but they need to get with the assessing department and file into that and get a military exemption, which means 1 year that you do not pay for your taxes because you serve for the country. Mr. Belzer, I got to talk to Mr. Belzer because I'm not going to give names or anything, but we were shocked on this one. Board of Review hardship means that they don't have enough money to pay the taxes. So they have to fill out a lot of forms, didn't turn in tax papers in regards to this. So they really check it out. They were checking it out and just didn't go along with what the hardship said. And so didn't report taxes from 2009. We walked into it a little bit more, another 2009. The lady owns a business and hasn't even filed taxes on that. So we're gonna have you run with it. However, the assessor, but this person needs to be caught. This is terrible that she's getting away with it. But we tried to get her to come and talk to us. No, so anyway, but you need to come to it. I've seen a lot of good things come out of this. And human error can be made on a piece of paper. All right, the next one is communications. This is Genesee County Recycle Day. This is on May 12th, 2018. This paper, and all of you have it, is going to be up at the front door, and it'll tell you about what recycle items that you can take. On May 2nd, Grand Blanc High School is going to be one of the areas that you can stop and drop off these things. You want to, the appliances are accepted, but not tires. And you can also do the Flint water service. But check this out, because a lot of you have things around that you want to get rid of, and this is the way to do it, right here. All right. Any more discussion in regards to that on the recycle? Adoption of ordinances. Now this is a rezoning, and this is R18001. Gordon and Janet Swap. Is that how you pronounce it? Part of the parcel is 0604400012. The address is 4153 Thompson Road. They want to rezone it. It is ag, and they want to put it into R3. This is the first reading of this proposed rezoning ordinance to rezone this Thompson Road property from ag to 3. Treasurer Tucker, would you like to put your input, because you are on that planning commission?
Sure, thank you, Bonnie. This matter was in front of us, I think, last week, I think is when we met. As you all are probably sick of hearing from me, whenever there's a rezoning, the mantra is, look at the master plan. Is the request consistent with the master plan? This particular parcel is actually master plan for low-density residential, which would actually be an R2 instead of an R3. However, there are a number of R3 zone properties immediately across the street. I was just looking to see if the dimensions of this would allow it to qualify for R2. But in the words of the planning commission, this was a no-brainer. It was unanimously recommended approval. It's consistent with the master plan with the minor asterisk that I put on it. If there's R3 across the street from it, I don't see any real rational reason to distinguish between R2 and R3 with respect to this parcel. It's 3/4 of an acre. So that's it.
Would the applicant like to speak, or there?
Hello, my name is CJ Green and I'm a realtor at Keller Williams Realty in Grand Blanc, and I am representing the swaps, and I believe we have a letter of representation on file as well. And just to kind of give you an overhead view of this, yes, this is a parcel. It's 4163 Thompson Road that is connected to a property on Fairbanks Road, and we would like to obviously rezone it. We had several meetings with the gals in assessing, and they've been absolutely wonderful to deal with, and they've helped us out thus far. So yes, basically just to clean it up, get that parcel off of the Fairbanks parcel. And there are other houses that are zoned as the gentleman stated, that are R3, and this is what we would like to go forward and get this zoned R3, have it then land divided, and put the house up for sale. Any questions of any kind?
Is there any question from the board members in regards to this?
We're having a discussion about whether you split it before you rezone it or rezone it before you split it. I don't think this had been split yet, Tom, is that?
No, because, well, it's zone ag, so she can't approve a split of this small size without rezoning it first.
That's why I checked.
Are you both okay with that?
It doesn't meet the, well, let's see, he's saying, yeah, you wouldn't be able to split it, it's too small for ag, the piece, 3/4 of an acre is too small. So you rezone it, and then you split it. It happens at the same time. I mean, you can, well, you can't do a conditional, can you?
No, why would, you can't have agriculturally zoned land?
Nothing less than 2 acres?
Yeah, 2 acres. Used to be 10.
Okay, well, I'll look at all that before the next meeting, but I don't know what the zoning has to do with the size of the parcel. My only concern is if you rezone part of a parcel, because that's what you're doing at this point, you're just rezoning part of a parcel. And the concern always is, if you have part of a parcel rezoned and it doesn't split, now you've got kind of a mess.
Well, if we have a split application filed and paid for, would that make a difference? Before we approve it?
But, and it just,
I think that's what they do, to be honest with you. I would check
Yeah,
with
I'm not sure.
assessing, but I think they make you put both the split and the rezoning, they gotta have
At the
that
same time.
application in hand, and they just approve them both, but do you know, did
Yeah.
you guys do a split application yet?
Yeah, well, we were instructed that to do this first, and it wasn't really as if we had an option to do one or the other or both first. It was just stated to us, do this first, find out if it can even be rezoned, and then move forward with the land division.
Why don't we do this? This is first reading, huh?
Mhm.
Why don't, between this meeting and the next meeting, why don't you get in and do a lot split application? So
Okay.
they can just hold it down there.
Okay,
I
sure.
think they'll take care of Jack's concern from the short term anyway. We'll figure out correct protocol, not on 8 o'clock on Monday night.
Okay.
right,
Is there any public comment, any other public comment in regards to this? Fairbanks property. All right, well now, the applicant, this is going to come to a second reading, and that second reading is on April the 9th, and your realtor will come and represent you, but you'll get with Valerie
Most definitely.
McDonald.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you.
Unfinished business, none. This is new business, Genesee County, this is 2018 Genesee County Road Commission. This is your dust control contract. Operation Manager Tom Broker, would you like to explain this to the board and the residents?
Yes, what you have in the packet, it's gonna look very similar to last year's. And the costs are almost identical, one of just a few dollars, I think. But what there's three potential chloride applications. The first one in the spring is the cost is split evenly between the road commission and the township. The one in the fall is paid for 100% by the county. And then the June middle application is optional, and if we want that one, it is 100% township cost. So what it boils down to is, do we want to do two applications for our total cost of about $10,700, or three applications, our total cost being a little over $32,000? The last several years, we have managed without the second application. But then we also have the option, if we get toward the summer and say we can't make it till September, as long as we give them about 3 weeks' notice, we can add that one back in. So my recommendation.
That's what we've been doing.
That's what we've been
That's what we've
doing.
been
I don't see
doing.
any reason to do anything different.
I don't
Yeah.
either. I think we're good with that.
And a lot of it depends on the weather in the month of June, you know.
Right.
So it has worked, it's worked very well. Okay. Is there any more discussion in regards to this? All right. I need a motion to approve the 2018 Genesee County Road Commission Dust Control Program, including applications of 38% liquid calcium chloride at the rate of 2,000 gallons per mile as follows. One application in late April and early May, with the cost divided between Fenton Township, Genesee County Road Commission. This is what Mr. Broker had just said. One application in late June, which would be 100%.
That's the one we're not doing.
No, but don't you want me to
No,
read all three?
We leave that one out, because the motion is to do the first and last one. That's why it's kind of shaded gray.
All right,
Because in case the board wanted to do that, that's why I put it in there.
and so I don't have to vote on, they don't have to have a say on it.
Well, they kind of said, let's go ahead without it, without the
Okay,
middle one.
all
So
right.
it's just the first and third one.
All right, so we're gonna go back to the 2,000 gallons per mile as followed. Do I have a motion in regards to that?
So moved.
Second, any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Gopel,
Yes.
Tucker,
Yes.
Lorraine,
Yes.
Mathis.
Yes.
I vote yes. Shoemaker.
Yes.
Kessler.
Yes.
Motion passes.
All right, the next one is 2018 local road improvement projects. This is also in your packet, and Operation Manager Tom Broker will explain in regards to this. Now, for some of the residents in the audience, we are going to be talking about 1, 2, 3, 4 different roads of gravel resurfacing. So is there any, Tom Broker, Operation Manager Tom, would you like to speak in regards to this?
Yes, and I apologize for you getting it today. We only got the estimates today, and Alan Lawrence said we're much better off if we can get these approved now rather than waiting 3 more weeks. And they were on the list of roads that we discussed at our hearing in January. So what we have in the packet are estimates from the Road Commission for gravel resurfacing of Hogan Road from Ralston to Laring, Old Linden Road from Thompson to the dead end, Whitaker Road, it's a small segment from Lobdell Road north to the pavement, and then Fairbanks Road from Thompson to Laring. The one difference with Fairbanks, the first 3, if you notice on the estimates, we're applying our 50-50 matching funds from the county to cut those project costs in half. That is used up on those 3. So for Fairbanks, since it's all our cost. The way the county likes to do those, they bill us for the labor, and the supplier of the gravel will bill us directly for the gravel, but we'll deliver it to the site. So that's why you see in the memo, we broke that out, where the labor is a little over 11,000, materials about a little less than 50,000. Also in the packet is a, let me find it here, a breakdown of the, well, there's breakdowns of each project, but then also there's a spreadsheet that shows the totals of these estimates combined with the crack sealing and catch basin repairs that have already been approved. Our total cost is about $134,000, so we've still got quite a bit of budget left if we have other road projects to do. We had anticipated doing a shared project on Ray Road, which would have been a pretty hefty cost, but Mundy Township apparently has kind of backed away from that one, and without their participation, we really can't do anything with it. So we're looking for approval of these projects with the idea that we may be able to come up with some more to bring back.
Okay, for the residents, mileage-wise in Fenton Township, 17.14 miles. There has been a 3% increase. The Genesee County, their share is I'm just gonna round it off, 11,000. Fenton Township, 11,000. Second application, if we do it, would be 21,000. Third application, again, 21,000. So the share cost between Genesee County Road Commission and the township would be 32,000, 8608. Is there any board discussion in regards to this? All right, then I need that motion to approve the following local roads improvement projects as presented by Mr. Tom Broker.
So moved.
What's the total projects again? 133, are we 133?
Yes.
Yeah.
133, 988, 25.
Okay.
That includes the two that have already been approved.
Approved, okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Any other questions in regards to it?
Did we have a second? Sorry.
Pardon me?
Okay. I didn't have that written down.
Oh, okay. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Kessler,
Yes.
I vote yes. Shoemaker,
Yes.
Lorraine,
Yes.
Mathis,
Yes.
Tucker,
Yes.
Gopel.
Yes.
Oh, did he?
Gopel,
Yes. I already said it. I'm tired of it.
okay.
Did you hear me say it?
Oh, you, okay, thank you.
Hey, you know what's in his pocket, okay, I'm just throwing that out there, so say yes.
I heard it too, Mark. I just forgot to write it down. Motion passes.
All right, the next project is a purchase offer for tax reverted properties. Received as offer for this tax reverted properties is our realtor, Ed Constable, and he's gonna explain what this is all about. Just to give you, there's 8 condo sites in Fenton Orchards that is right off of Fenton Road by Gage Cemetery. The Fenton Orchards there, what used to be Peabody's Orchard, and there, when you drive in to the left-hand side, you go, there's condominiums, and there's 8 condo sites that are available. Yes, Ed, go ahead.
Okay, so this offer is for the first 8 lots in the neighborhood. We currently have 16 lots available, listed on the market. I think you guys did just get 12 more back on taxes. These are the first 8 that are actually dry. We've got 8 left after this that I'm sure this person would love to buy at some point, but needs to see if they can build 8 first. Yeah, so they offered the $70,000 for 8 parcels total, which is $87.50 a lot. I know we've sold some parcels for 10 grand, so it seemed like a somewhat reasonable bulk discount to me.
Is there any board discussion? Mr. Constable?
I'm good.
What he's saying is the other parcels, there's a lot of wetlands around them.
Yeah. So
And they're going to have to build to what the association tells them the style, everything about it, and go along with their restrictions.
Yep.
So they'll look exactly the same as the other condos.
And I got prints from the building department, and he has them off to his builder/partner, trying to get numbers back to see if it's going to be feasible.
Okay,
So the proposal's to have the buyer hold the deposit then?
The buyer, like to hold the, Or
Is
EMD?
The buyer hold the deposit, isn't that what I'm?
I think he just wanted to put it in the Tremaine Real Estate escrow account. If we want to put it in
The
Liberty,
buyer's gonna hold the deposit,
the buyer's brokerage, yeah.
hold what deposit?
on the purchase agreement.
Do we, I didn't think we did that.
Well, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
EMD.
That's the little.
If we want to switch it to Liberty Title or something, that's fine. I don't think, he doesn't care, it's just with the language in the
What
PA.
I'd like to do is switch it to the form that I wanna use for these things, that deals with some of these things, but.
I agree. We've talked about this numerous times. Every time a PA comes in, we're supposed to be on the form in which the township has recommended. So I'd like to see all future come in on the form in which we gave.
I understand that, but I didn't draw this offer up.
Yeah, but we need to do it the way we want to do it.
Send it back to them.
Send it back to them.
Okay.
All right, so what you're saying is, our offer is, you are recommending 9,000 a lot.
Well, either take it like it is or do it at 9,000. It's 8750 or 9. You know, I don't know.
Do you think that's market ed?
It's the highest I've heard. You know, I've had people call and, you know, want to buy the whole bulk for, 16 of them for under 100, so, it's not,
What do you think market is, any idea?
I think, I think we're pretty close. We're at 12.5 a lot now, we started at 15 a lot. They've been sitting here, I'd say the next price reduction's 10,000 a lot, and then if we're asking 10, what do we take?
Have you all drove by and seen these vacant lots? There isn't just flat property. There is wetlands around them, and then there is some depth
Yeah.
to the lot. I personally don't have a problem with that. Sean, how about you?
Well, you know my opinion, I don't think we should own property, I'd sell for, I like the way we did it, where everybody came in, put a bid in, and it was gone.
Yeah.
So I'm fine, I
So-
like his recommendation, I'd go 9, and let's
9 on our
move-
form, though.
And on our form, and let's move on.
I would agree with that. I agree with that.
Okay.
All right,
John, can you resend that form to me?
Yeah.
I know I have it, but
Yeah.
so
Saves
before we make
time
any
tomorrow.
movement on this one, we
Probably
want to get that form
Okay, no
problem.
and offer written.
All right.
Jack?
we all
Yeah.
set?
Yeah, we're all set.
All right, I'll get it to Tom for
Thank you.
signatures tomorrow.
So you can sell the other ones, Ed.
He's-
We've got Linden Road left. And Dalhart and these. Is that it? Yeah, so we really have,
So you need more inventory.
so we take some more back.
That lot on Linden Road, people would be surprised. That's a nice lot. They need
Yeah,
to get out in their
that's
car
the
and
one that,
walk it.
all the traffic going by that with a sign on it,
It just,
that one just surprises me,
uh-huh,
but,
it's a nice
I don't
looking
know.
lot.
thank you, have a good night.
All right.
So, is that a counter offer, or are we waiting for the other
Counter
one to come back?
9, and he's gonna bring us the paperwork.
On our form.
Okay,
Counter at 9 on our form.
so we need to have that voted on then.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, a motion to accept the, authorize a counter offer of 9,000 on our Fenton Township form for the parcels 0612, 626, 013 through 0612, 626, 020. This is 8 condo sites in Fenton Orchard. And this offer was from John Tremaine as presented. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Not as presented, though.
Oh, not as presented.
Pardon me?
No, you said as presented, we're not doing it as presented.
It's a
We're-
counter offer.
We're countering it at
Counter offer,
9
yes,
on our
okay.
form.
All right, second?
Second.
Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Tucker,
Yes.
Lorraine,
Yes.
Gopel,
Yes.
Kessler,
Yes.
Shoemaker,
Yes.
Mathis.
Yes.
I vote yes, motion passes.
All right, board comments. Are there any other comments for the members of the board? Anything from the fire committee or anything? We got the pods there. Those pods at the back of the fire hall.
Yeah, we're talking about those. But, last meeting, we gave an update as far as the 3 new trucks are supposed to be, I believe April 28th, and the original, estimated date was May 28th, so they're 30 days ahead of schedule. So, but I reported that last meeting.
Okay. Oh, and I wasn't, yeah. All right. Any other reports at all on any of the committees or anything? All right, I will open it up for public comment on agenda and non-agenda items. Casey, would you like to introduce yourself?
I would, thank you, Bonnie. Good evening.
Kelly.
For those of you that don't know me, I think pretty much everybody on the board I've met or worked with and dealt with in one way or another over the years. My name is Casey Barron. I'm running for Circuit Court Judge for the 7th Circuit in Genesee County. There are 2 positions that are open, one from Judge Fullerton's retirement and one from Judge Nethercutt's retirement. And I will be running for one of those positions. There is a 3rd position that's being run for, but that's a separate incumbent position. So my background, as many of you know, I've lived in Fenton Township for about 15 years with my family. We live kind of on the southwest side of the township, down off of Owen and Whitaker. I've been an attorney for about 18 years, and I've practiced law in Genesee County for most of that time. My office is in Fenton. I do a wide array of areas of the law, including family law and defense of in the criminal field. I also do a lot of civil law, bankruptcy, and contracts and property issues as well. So as I'm going around the county and meeting people and getting petition signatures, wanted to introduce myself and let you know about my background. As of course, Bob and I, we did debate together for many years, together with Tony Brown. Mark, you and I were on the ZBA together with Bob at one point, and then now Vince. So pretty much everybody on the board I've done something with in the capacity in the township, and I'm very proud of my service here. And one of the things that I've learned over my lifetime, including my time at West Point, that it's very important to have an ethos of service to your community and to your nation. And I've done that throughout my life. I was a volunteer fireman before I even left to West Point when I lived in Clarkston. I served in the Army for 5 years, and then of course continuing through law school and in public involvement with the ZBA and those things that I've done in the community too. So I think that makes me well qualified to be a circuit court judge. I know that these 2 positions are most likely going to be family law positions, because of the way that they're restructuring the court right now. So a big part of my practice is family law, so I think I'm well qualified to handle those types of issues from the bench. And I look forward to your support, and as I go around the township and the county, I hope for your support on August 7th when we have our primary. Thank you.
Thank you, Casey. Mr. Belcher, our attorney, has just notified me there's another candidate. There she is right there. Is it Elizabeth Kelly?
It is.
Would you like to come up and...
I would, thank you.
She's often confused with Grace Kelly, so.
Yeah.
Good evening. Thank you for the opportunity to address the people of Fenton Township. Again, my name's Elizabeth Kelly, and as Mr. Barron said, I believe last count I heard there's 8. I think there might be 6 official, but if you're not sick of lawyers, no offense to Jack and John, but you're gonna be, because we're all making our rounds. My understanding is that at least one of the 2 open seats, and I'm also running for one of the 2, will be for the family court. And as Mr. Belcher can tell you, that's my wheelhouse. I also do criminal defense work, but my passion, the reason that I went into private practice and didn't take a job with a law firm was because I wanted to focus on family law. I have been able to represent people from all over the county. I have gone to other counties, but primarily in Genesee. I have been for divorce, custody, parenting time, child support, all of those types of cases. I've also represented families, both parents and children, in abuse and neglect cases. I've been a guardian ad litem. I've fought custody fights, just the worst of the worst type of custody matters that you can have, start to finish, court of appeals. That's my passion. And and again, no offense to Mr. Barron, right now there's no other women running. And my understanding, the one female family judge we have right now will be moving to the civil criminal side. And I think it's important to have at least one woman on the family court bench in our county. I think that's crucial that we have that. And I do have extensive experience, and it's not learn as you go. I can hit the ground running, and there's things that I want to see that we do differently in the family court. I think we need to streamline divorce cases, not push them out and delay and stall them. We have waiting periods that we have in place for a reason, but I think we need to be more proactive with how we are treating our families who are going through this, because the biggest impact is on the children, and that's what I advocate for, is for the children. And I just wanted to start going around to different communities. I live in Linden, my husband and I live there. I grew up in north end of Flint and in Flushing, raised my kids. They went through the Flushing schools, they're both grown now. But I've always had my practice in Genesee County. I've known since I was 4 that I wanted to be a judge. I don't know how at 4 I knew that, but I told my mom I want to be a judge, and she's like, well, you have to be a lawyer first, and I said, done. And I started working in the legal community in 88. I got a job when I was at Mott at the Bar Association, and I actually worked as a secretary with Mr. Tucker at the firm that he used to be in. And so I've worked in almost every aspect of the law that you can, as far as in the legal community, from secretary, the Bar Association, been a law clerk. I've worked in the courthouse, and now I'm an attorney, and my final chapter will be as a judge, and I want to make an impact for children. So thank you for the opportunity. I hope to come back again just to kind of check in, and if anyone ever has any questions, you can always contact me, and I will be available tonight after the meeting, but thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else in the audience?
That wants to run for circuit court judge.
Yeah, that would like to speak on agenda or non-agenda items. If not, I am going to close the session, because we are going to go to recess our open meeting for the purpose of going into a session to discuss pending litigation with Fenton Township.
Specifically, that involves the case, the manure case, as well as I'll bring everybody up to speed on the last chicken case that we were involved in.
Our Monday.
Yeah. And a vote.
I'm just glad it's
Okay.
not Thursday.